So I started off my shoot by installing a wig for my client. She came with a closure wig and it was hard lace, but I installed it, and then I moved on to brow grooming, and then I took some videos to help me with transitions to post online, and then I went straight into the makeup. So this is me drawing the eyebrows. You start by drawing a line below the brows, starting from the bridge of the nose to the end of the actual brow hairs, and then above you will start a bit far from the bridge of the nose, and then you will go in lightly with strokes. So I left this brow to draw specifically for you to see how the process was. You can always go in with a spoolie to position the hairs, and then I used some brow gels to tame the brows. It's from Beth Me, and I used the shades dark cocoa and then soft brow, and then I spooled it, and then I corrected any errors that I noticed. So I went on to concealing or cleaning. I used concealer from LA Girl Pro in the shade Toffee for this client because I was trying to achieve a look that was not too bright and not too dull, but it was just supposed to look extra, like it was supposed to accentuate her beauty. So yeah, it will be bright but not so bright. So this is me using the concealer to clean up the brows, to make it pop, to make it stand out. Please do not forget to subscribe, like, share, and follow me for more. Turn on your post notifications to know whenever I post a video. Okay, so diving back, I do the same on the other eye, as you can see, and then I take a blending brush. This is from Zurea, and then I use it to blend out. I start from the edges and then I go to the middle to make sure that I have seamless blends. After this, I will go in with a beauty blender, a damp one from Rosé, to make sure that I lift off any excess products, and then I'll go on with a powder brush to pick a little setting powder. I use the Sasha Buttercup, and yeah, we'll use it to generously set the place, and then we can move on to eyeshadow. I use this Morphe eyeshadow palette. I've forgotten what exactly the name is, and then I had two brushes, one for picking and one for blending. The blending brush is a color box brush, but then the other brush, I've forgotten what exactly the brand is because I've had it like the longest time. But yeah, I'll use these two brushes, and then when I apply my transition color on the first eyelid with the picking brush, I'll blend it out with the blending brush from Color Box, and then I'll repeat the same on the other side. And then you can see me applying my crease color and blending it as well, and repeating the same on the other eyelid. The reason why I do this is to make sure that one eye is not too brighter than the other, and to achieve balance basically. So yeah, this is me fixing my crease color in place. So I'll go on later to apply the remaining concealer in the inner corner of the eye, just to brighten the place up and to make sure that the color I put there pops. And then I'll blend it out, but I'll use a smaller blending brush after spreading. This is me spreading it with the brush I used to apply, and then I use a small blending brush like so to blend it out, after which I will apply the eyeshadow that is supposed to go into the inner corner over it to achieve a bright eye look, which is not too bright, but it's actually bright and beautiful. It's not too bright because it is closed at the ends with a darker color. It is not bright throughout, and I love that look. So yeah, this is me applying the brighter color, after which I'll go in with the brushes that I used to pick and to blend the crease and transition colors, to pick some eyeshadow like the crease and transition eyeshadow colors to close the ends of the brighter color, just to make sure that everything blends in seamlessly. So that's exactly what I am doing now. Yeah, I then go in with my underliner I don't know which brand this one is. I've actually forgotten, but yeah, I know I usually use some from Shaded. That's also a good option, but yeah, I've forgotten which brand this is. Forgive me. So yeah, the underliner is to make her eyes pop, after which I clean her face to get rid of any eyeshadow that may have fallen on her skin. Then I'll go on to use LA Girl Pro Concealer in the shade Suede to clean the upper part of her eyebrows. But before I do that, I always make sure to clean my brush to be sure that there's not excess product or a mixture of colors, because the concealer that is supposed to go above the brow is supposed to be her skin tone, and the cleaning of the brush is to be sure that you have a smooth canvas before you pick products so that the makeup is as skin-like as possible. And then I use a blending brush to blend out the edges of what I just applied. Yeah, I was dancing because I was happy. I tend to do that a lot when I'm working. So yeah, get used to it. So yeah, this is me doing the same on the other eyebrow. And yeah, I'm enjoying myself. Then I also blend it out. Yay! I think the eyebrows are working. So yeah, I clean her face again. Yeah, I just like to be extra sure. And then I'll move on to skin prep. Before you prep the skin, make sure to block your eyeshadow to make sure that it doesn't drip onto the face or it doesn't dim some parts and leave some parts. Basically, don't let any liquid thing touch it. So I use the Mario spray rose water first to spray, and then I use the Clean and Clear Prime and Prep to also spray her face. Then I use the Photo Finish Skin Prep to also prep her skin, as you can see me doing. And then I went on to use my Zaron oil block. This is magic. I used it in her T-zone mainly, and I focused on other parts of her face that she's oily, because that's actually where you're supposed to focus this product. So that's exactly what I did. But if you're not sure what skin type your client has, just focus on the T-zone. So I used the Embryolisse or Embryolisse moisturizer, depending on your background. I don't know how it's actually called, but I used it. Today I'm not using any mattifying primer or anything. This is all I'm doing for skin prep. So I'll go in with foundation. I use the Maybelline Fit Me foundation for this look, not super stay, because Fit Me tends to be medium coverage and is good for the look not to be too heavy. So I'm using a foundation brush. It's new. I didn't bother to check what brand it was, sorry guys, but yeah, it's a new one and I've used it and it actually works magic, so I used it again. So don't be afraid to always go in with more foundation when you see patches on the skin as you apply. So after that, I went in with my beauty blender again to be sure that the foundation is set into the skin properly and any excess product is picked off the skin to give it a skin-like finish, a photo finish as it's supposed to give. So after this, I went on with my concealer in the shade Toffee again to highlight her face. When I say concealer, we all know it's LA Girl now, based on the fact that that's all I've been mentioning. So yeah, I'm highlighting her face, as you can see me doing. Then I'll go in with a blending brush. Always start from the edges before the middle. So I use the blending brush to blend generously, after which I will go in with my Rosé Beauty Blender, the Magic Beauty Blender. So I use the Beauty Blender to blend every part that I applied concealer, the under eye, the bridge of the nose, the jawline, in between the nose and then the lip. And then I go in with the Sacha Buttercup setting powder just to make sure that the whole place is set. Anytime you use cream or liquid products, make sure you set with a powder of some sort to avoid breakage. So that's what we have here. Sorry guys for the loud noise you were hearing. There's a church right behind my house and yeah, they were getting into the video, so sorry. So yeah, let's continue. So using the Classics powder palette, I pick lightly with a powder brush from Zurea, a powder that is her skin tone, and I apply to every other part of her face that has cream products. And then I swap the brush and take this brush from Color Box to apply a powder that is 2 steps darker than her skin tone on her cheekbones and some parts of her forehead as contour. And then I swap the brush, take a smaller angle brush that is soft and very wide, like it has a lot of bristles, and so yeah, it can be useful for contour, and I use it to contour her nose lightly, as you could see me do. Then I went on to take some setting powder from my Sacha Buttercup, and then I start to bake. I start from the bridge of her nose, but then I remember that I had to blush, so I pause, and then I take my blush palette and I blush. You always make mistakes, but when you remember, correct it. Then yeah, I continue with my baking. So yeah, this is me baking with my Sacha Buttercup, as you can see. So after this, I go on to do the eyeliner at the upper part of the eye, of course, to complete the eye look technically, because what is an eye look without lashes? Some people may disagree, but in my opinion, eye looks are not complete without lashes. You will see as time goes on. So yeah, I did a little wing of the eyeliner. I didn't make it too winged, too long. You know, it's supposed to be down there, like in between. I'm calm and I'm chic, like that. So yeah, just lightly, and then I wipe her lip and continue with my steps. I clean the baking powder off because we don't want her face to be too bright, yeah. And then I go on to set her face. Please make sure you block the eyeshadow anytime you want to spray liquid or use any liquid product on the face. Once again, thank you. Then I found to dry. Actually, I use the Morphe setting spray, the gold one. That's what I use. It smells nice, it holds nicely, it makes your makeup last long. So this is me going in with lipstick as I prepare. My client is feeling free. Yeah, I'm like that, we play a lot. So yeah, I'm going to go on with lipstick soon. So that's my lipstick I showed you, and I chose a pink matte lipstick and I applied it. At first it's a baby pink shade, but after I realized it was too bright, so I went in with my Eye Magic palette, chose the brown lipstick and used it to line generously and made her blend. But after I noticed her lips were looking bigger than they actually look in reality, so yeah, I had to just, clean. So I used some foundation just so it's not too heavy. I used foundation in her skin tone to clean the excesses at the edges. After which I went in with powder, okay, to be sure that it doesn't move anywhere. So I glossed her lips as well to be sure that it's extra down there, it's not too up there in terms of the intensity of the color. And yeah, I got the result I was looking for, as you can see. I then applied some mascara to her eyelashes to be sure that I've covered it and it is not coated in any products like powder or anything of the sort. And then I took my highlighter, my melanin gold highlighter from Color Box, just to complete the look, to make it glow, to make her face brighter. And yeah, it did what it was supposed to do. I'm loving this. So I took the headband off and then I went on to apply some powder on the lace. The lace is hard. I didn't have lace tint, so I just installed. Can you imagine? This is a closure, guys, and it's hard lace. Guys, I'm good. I am good. So yeah, I did that. I applied the powder that is her skin tone on the lace, and then I went on with the lashes. You'll see what I meant by lashes complete the look. I used the normal bonding glue, please, to coat the lashes. And then I applied it to her eyes, and as you can see, I am applying it. Please look at the two eyes, compare the two eyes. What do you think? Don't you think the one with the lash is more complete? Don't you think that one is prettier? That one is given I'm chic, but the other one is given I'm basic. You see? So yeah, as I was saying, makeup is not complete without lashes. Beat me. So I applied the second lash on the other eye to complete the look. And yeah, she's looking like a Barbie doll. Yeah, she's looking like a Barbie doll. So yeah, I realized that the eyelash was not fully coated, so I went on to use mascara again to correct that. I further applied eyeshadow at the lower part of her eyes just to complete the eyeshadow look, and then I cleaned her hair because I realized some powder had gone over the hair in my attempt to conceal the lace. So yeah, I cleaned that. I redid the baby hairs because I realized that some product had gotten into them, so I redid it for her to look good. I went on to set her face with some setting spray, and then I applied some flour in her hair just to finish the look, you know. And you can see she's looking as pretty as ever. Thank you for watching.